Alright, Carrarians, welcome to part 2 of our fence tutorial. If you remember, we left off after modeling the little post cap, and now we're going to get started on modeling the actual post itself. Now, since it's just a simple round lathe object, it would be very simple to just do it just like we did the post cap, except with a round shape instead of a square shape. But there are actually about 3 different ways to create lathe objects in Carrara. And so let's have a look at the vertex lathing tool. First, let's create a new vertex object by clicking on the vertex object icon and then clicking our scene. Alright, now we have a whole new object we're working on. Now, the first thing we're going to need to do to lathe an object is a polyline shape. So I'm going to stare at the floor here. And then up here, our second object, we have a number of different kinds of lines we can do. I'm just going to pick the first, the polyline. And then snap the grid on the side just to kind of keep our lines neat and orderly. So I just need a nice rectangle here. Alright. Should be closed now, and when you do a polyline, you'll actually have an extra line that shows coming off, so you can continue to add points, but we don't need to do that. We're just going to hit enter, and that should finish our object, or our polyline. Now, to go ahead and lathe the object, we have the familiar wine glass icon up here, and we'll just click it. And once we do that, it goes into the little lathe mode where it next thing it's expecting us to do is collect the center line on a polyline so it knows what to lay the object around. That center line is going to be, just that center axis that all the geometry is going to spin around. In this case, we're going to take our little, it may be very difficult for you to see, but we have just the center line of the rectangle object, and click one of those sides. As you can see, we now have a nice round object. But it's not done. We can use the plus and minus keys to increase or decrease the geometry of the final lathe. And then when we're all done, we can just hit the return key, and that'll finalize the object. Well, now silly me, that's just a cylinder. Well, that's not very exciting. And if I just wanted a cylinder, why don't I just go up here to our primitives, click cylinder, click our scene, and then use the plus and minus keys to increase the geometry as I saw fit. That's probably what I should have done if I wanted a cylinder. Just press return to finalize the object. And since I have these extra layers, I'm going to go ahead and keep the cylinder object that I've just created. Alright, let's get more into a post shape. I'll just hold S to scale the whole thing down, and S again, and I'll just start to elongate it. It's a nice little post shape. We don't want anything too big. This isn't a tall fence. Just a nice little short, cute little fence. Something to go around a wraparound porch, if you will. And my snap's still on, so I'm going to click it off. Alright, well, now looking at it, maybe a cylinder wasn't the best idea. It's not a very exciting shape. It's just kind of boring. Well, maybe we can do better than that. In fact, I'm sure we can. So I'm going to go into our multi-window view here and go to our left view. And I'm going to pick a couple of these center points towards the bottom, or a couple of these center lines. Now over here on our right side, we have an option in the manipulator box that says soft select. I'm going to click that, and what soft selection is going to allow us to pick all the vertices in a nearby area, but to lesser and lesser degrees. The distance gets greater away from our original selection. So we can affect an object very greatly in one area and just slowly taper off the effect. So in this case, I want to give it a nice curvy, hourglassy shape kind of thing going on to our post. So I'm going to mess with my settings, and I'll see the color red affecting, kind of fading in and out on our object to kind of let me know how great an area I'm going to be affecting. And now I got a nice little selection I'm happy with. I'm going to hold the S key and I'm going to grab one of these manipulators here, and I'm going to just scale this single area, or on the only on 2 planes and not do a full scale. And now we can see the image bulging a little bit. So now we got a nice little curvy shape, and maybe we'll take it one more step, and I'll get this top line, and we'll just kind of do the same thing. Kind of a nice curve to it. Alright, well, that gives us a very nice little shaped post for us to work with. And that concludes part 2, and when you come back we'll go ahead and we'll put the entire fence, the cap, everything together, and we'll complete our tutorial. Thank you.